Imagine being born into a world where your mother doesn't even care about you. That's what happens when you're born as a giant anaconda. You slip out into the humid air of the Amazon rainforest, one of many squirming siblings. Your mother, who has been your only protector so far, leaves immediately. To her, giving birth and pooping are practically the same thing. You're left alone in a jungle full of predators. Talk about a bad start. At barely 2 feet long, you're small and vulnerable. Jaguars, large birds, and caimans would love to snack on you. Your siblings scatter, each trying to find a hiding spot. Already, it's every anaconda for itself. You quickly slither into the murky waters of a nearby river. The cool current feels safe, but the danger is everywhere. You're cute now, but cuteness doesn't count for much when you're on the menu. Even finding food is a struggle. Your senses are sharp but untrained. A tiny fish swims by and you instinctively freeze, letting the water carry you closer. With a lightning-quick strike, your jaws clamp down. The fish is small, but it's your first meal. Survival out here is all about growing big, fast, and sneaky. Your skin, a mix of green and brown patterns, is your best advantage. It makes you almost invisible in the water and underbrush. Camouflage is your only armor. But while it helps you hide, it doesn't make life easy. Every moment, you're either hunting or trying not to be hunted. You might think being born with the natural camouflage is cool, but in reality, it's just a constant game of hide and seek where losing means death. Being a baby anaconda means living a life of endless challenges. You're too small to hunt anything substantial, too weak to fight back against predators, and too new to understand the jungle's dangers. If you thought being a human baby was hard, imagine having no one to protect you and everything wanting to eat you. As you grow bigger, life doesn't get much easier. Sure, you're no longer a tiny snack for birds, but that doesn't mean you're safe. Jaguars and caimans are still a threat, and now you have to find larger prey to feed your growing body. Hunting is no longer about catching small fish. Now you're eyeing bigger meals like rodents and frogs. But with bigger prey comes bigger risks. A capybara, the world's largest rodent, seems like a good target. You slink silently through the water, your body perfectly hidden beneath the surface. The capybara grazes by the riverbank, unaware of your presence. Your muscles coil, ready to strike. But just as you lunge, the capybara senses you and bolts. You're left with nothing but frustration and hunger. That's not even the worst part. Sometimes the tables turn, and you become the hunted. One day, you spot a caiman basking on the riverbank. It's not too big, and you think it might make a good meal. You move closer, your body a shadow in the water. But as you strike, the caiman thrashes, almost overpowering you. After a tense struggle, you manage to win, but the fight leaves you exhausted and injured. Growing also means losing your hiding spots. As a baby, you could easily disappear into the underbrush or shallow water. Now, your longer and bulkier body makes it harder to stay out of sight. The jungle feels smaller and more crowded. You're no longer just avoiding predators, you're competing with other anacondas for food and territory. Even the simple act of resting is risky. You can't sleep too deeply because you have to stay alert. Every rustle in the jungle or ripple in the water could mean danger. Being an anaconda means living in a constant state of survival mode. It's exhausting, both physically and mentally. By the time you've reached the juvenile stage, hunting becomes a full-time job. Your small prey doesn't satisfy you anymore. Frogs and fish just don't cut it when your body needs more energy to keep growing. You start targeting bigger animals like capybaras and deer, but they're not easy to catch. Hunting requires patience and precision. You spend hours, sometimes days, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Hidden beneath the water, you watch and wait. Your eyes and nostrils barely break the surface as you scan the riverbank. A capybara finally approaches and you strike. Your coils wrap around its body, squeezing tightly until it stops struggling. It's a victory, but not without its risks. One wrong move and you could have been injured or lost your meal. Even when you succeed, eating is a challenge. Swallowing your prey whole is not as easy as it looks. It takes hours to digest a large meal, during which you're completely vulnerable. If a predator finds you during this time, you can't fight or flee. All you can do is hope your camouflage keeps you hidden.